doing good. Um, how's it going with Lauren and Katie's class? What are you doing this year?
Um, I'm doing inclusion this year with Lauren and Katie
Oh,
uh,
and somebody else too.
and Sarah Smith.
Yeah. Okay.
So
All right. And so, how are these students? Are they like when we had Nikolai are they about the same or a little lower or needing more help?
they are lower and needing more help.
Okay. Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. All right. Cool. Cool. I miss you being in my class.
I miss being in your class
All
too.
right. So I saw you and Macy's reading session, and it was really good. It was really good, but I know that because you worked in my class before, so I already know your work. Um, but I want to talk about what I liked. What I saw. I saw a lot of stuff I liked. So when Macy first started reading, she had problems with a word or something like that, and you just helped, like you gently helped her and corrected that word. I liked how what did she do? She did something, and you said very good. I don't know what she did.
Um, she when she went back to read when she said Mr. Blumenthal's name, she kind of butchered it at the beginning, but then she
Corrected
went
it.
back and
Yeah,
corrected it.
yeah. So I like how you encouraged her to let her know when she was doing good. That was really good. I liked how when she was when she was supposed to do her summary, she didn't really know what a summary was,
Hmm.
and she asked you for help, and you basically gave her examples, how to start it and stuff like that. So I like that. That was really helpful. I know Macy, and she has had some issues with summary. She has been told different things by different teachers,
Hmm.
and so she is confused as to what a summary is, how long it's supposed to be, and things like that. And that's on the STAR test. And I think that's really um, important to know because on the STAR test, it'll say which is the best summary for the passage, and it'll give you four options.
Right.
And so I think that's very important for you to, so you did, I really appreciate that, you helping her because I know her and she needed help with that. Um, and you were very patient with her when she had questions, and that's just, our babies, when they are the inclusion students, they need that.
Yes.
They don't need to feel bad because, they ask you a question, and I have seen that sometimes where students feel bad. So I appreciate that. What else I liked when she was working, you asked her when she was doing her independent work with the summary and the questions. You asked her. You said, "Do you have any questions, or do you need any help with anything?" I like that. I like that because some students don't like to ask questions,
Hmm.
and you have to let them know you're available. So that was awesome. And then I saw when it was time to go over the questions, you were reading over some of them and going over it with her. And do you know? This is kind of digressing a little bit, but do you know if your inclusion students, like in Katie and Sarah and Lauren's class, if they get things read to them, do you know if they get that accommodation?
Um, if it's a test like benchmark or something like that, I can't read the selection to them, but I am able to go over and read the question and the answers to
Okay.
them.
Okay. Okay.
And then, well, no, I take that back. I'm sorry. Benchmarks, they have a computer that will read it to them and they can answer it online.
Really?
Yeah, but if it's a DCA or anything like that, then I can't read the passage to them, but I can read the questions and the answers.
Okay, let me make sure I get that right. Benchmarks
Mhm.
is read to them. What's
On
read to them? Oh, is it passage or just the questions?
the passage is on the computer,
Mhm.
and they have headphones that they can put into the computer, and the computer reads the selection to them,
Oh, okay.
and then it will read the questions. And
And that's the benchmark.
yeah,
Huh. So will it be like that for the STAR test, do you think?
Yes.
Nice. Okay. Well, I noticed that you read the questions for Macy, and I thought that was really good because I remember when we were in class together, we couldn't read the passage, but we
Mhm.
could read the questions.
Mhm.
So I thought that was really good too for students who need that. And the last thing, how you checked and how you asked her. Oh, okay. I don't know what I meant right there, but I think I was talking about you when she was um I don't know what I meant with this last one. How you checked and how you asked her. I didn't finish that, so let's pretend like I didn't say that one.
Okay.
All right. Okay. All right. So let's see. She had to read an expository, so informational text.
Mhm.
I like that. I did notice that she had some slight comprehension problems, so I want to talk to you about a strategy
Okay.
called SQ3R, and it's to help with comprehension. So let me see. I can go to the next one. Okay, so the SQ3R, it basically stands for survey, and this is mainly with the informational text
Mhm.
because it's so hard for them to understand. It's dry and it's boring, and it's just it's when they read it, after they read it, they're like, "What did I just read?"
Mhm.
So this strategy here, it stands for the S stands for survey, which basically means that they before they read, they would actually look at things like the the headings, the subheadings, and the pictures, and read like the things under the pictures before they even get started.
Okay.
And questions, they will actually ask themselves questions. It can be any question like, what is the great entry to sports about? It can just be whatever, like a subheading. They just ask themselves a question about it.
Mhm.
Read, she read it, and recite it. If she needs to repeat anything, she'd have that option, and then review it afterwards, just, you know, going back over it. So I'm going to show you just a really quick clip of me doing that with some students. Let me show you. So maybe I need to do present. Alan, come get this clip. Get this. I cannot load. Alright, so it's not letting me, which kind of sucks. Let me see if I can find it over here. Having technical difficulties. Oh, I'm not connected to the internet. Oh, that's what it is. Alright, y'all. Connected page. You know the kids know how to do this. You're connected. Am I really? You're amazing. Cute. Okay, let me stop getting excited. I get too excited. That messes my stuff up. What if I video? Okay, let's see if it's gonna work now, Paige. Yes. Alan, I'm just gonna give you a shout out on camera. You are the bomb. Okay. All right. So Paige, this is an example. It's like it's long, but I'm gonna make it short. I'm just gonna like so you can get the gist of it. So this is me working with some of Miss Helm's students. She let me
Oh,
work with
okay.
her students. I just mess with everybody, right? I'm like, can I use your students to do
You
this?
do.
Right. Okay. So this is me doing, and this is me telling them what it is right here. Let me show you. They were so sweet. Let me fast forward a little bit though. Okay, here I go.
then after that, the students just basically read, and then we reviewed and all of that stuff. So that I think will help Macy when she is reading. So before she reads, to do that, and then while she's reading, she'll have maybe some of that have stuck with her and still be in her head while she's reading.
Okay.
So that one is good. Also, the summary. Let me see. You know, the summary is a big deal for Macy. She, we got to help her with that big time because we want her to be okay when she takes that standardized test. So, I'm thinking this might help her. Let me see. Where is it? All right, so for her summary, this is what I'm thinking that might help.
Okay.
Okay, so like I said, I know Macy, and I know that she gets a little confused with how long the summary has to be, what needs to be in the summary, things like that. So what I saw her doing before even working with you, her summaries would be really, really long, which is not really a summary. It's just like a literary response. And so, but she says the reason it's like that is because my teachers tell me I have to write half a page or a page summary. And so that may be so, but I think what would help her is if we do the 5 W's and a 1 H with her and basically let her know, I'm going to have to remember this, basically let her know that when we do the summary, help me out, Paige, because you know this too, we're asking, we want to know
who, what, where, when, and how.
Why and how.
Why and
yes,
how. Okay.
Yes. And
always
so,
forget about
me
why.
too, me too. And so when she answers those questions, that's actually going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 sentences. So basically all she needs is about 6 sentences, which is a big kid paragraph really. And you told her that too. You told her about like 6 sentences, and then, or just a paragraph, and then remind her to make sure that she has her beginning, her middle, and her end in it, like something from each part, and then that she'll be good. I think we should practice. We should definitely be practicing with Macy. I'm going to see her summary. To State Park. Let me tell you the letters. The sprawling skate was predicted. I mean, it's a good summary though. Houston now has a major skate park so close. It's actually a good summary. I mean, it's not bad at all. And like you said, it was a few spelling mistakes, but other than that, was pretty good. So she might be all right. I just still think that we need to just explain to her so she'll be clear on that, because I work with her and she's just not clear on that. So, Paige, have you seen anything in your classrooms with Lauren, Katie, and Sarah that is any concern or anything that you like?
Katie, I mean, she breaks it down real easy. I mean, makes it to where the kids understand what they're supposed to do. She, I mean, she did a little, she gave them all a piece of paper, and somehow we folded it in fours, and then somehow we folded a corner and it made a diamond in the middle. And
oh gosh, I wish I could do something.
And you know, and she broke it down for them.
She models for the students.
Whereas Lauren, she really doesn't model for the students, and she's just, I find it, I do the best I can to help my inclusion babies with it, but sometimes the other kids are like, Miss R, I don't understand.
Right.
What are we supposed to do?
Wow. And I know that you're good because I worked with you before. That makes your job a little harder, you know.
Right.
I wonder if, because you and I co-taught, have you considered that with Lauren? I mean, do y'all have that working relationship?
No. She runs the show. She's the one that's in charge. She's the one that.
So your hands are tied.
My hands are tied.
your hands are tied in that situation. So you can only really help your own. Thank God. Okay, you can only help your own
Yeah.
students really if it's like that.
Mhm.
How could we fix that though? I mean, what is a way around that, Paige? I honestly don't have
No,
an answer because it's her class.
It's her class, and she's going to run it how she wants it. And I know I've tried, but
Yeah. Well, I mean, all you can do is make sure that your babies are taken care of, but it's not good for the other students who are kind of needing more guidance too and not getting it.
right. And then too, I mean, it's like once they finish the assignment, usually she just lets them sit around and talk and get
Whatever.
loud. And
When really they need to be, it needs to be structured, and that would be a perfect time for her to start working with small groups, honestly, or like whoever's struggling with something on her end. She just needs more training as a new teacher too. Yeah, and Sarah's good, right?
Oh yeah, Sarah's.
Okay.
I mean, she breaks it down. The kids understand, and
Okay, that's good.
she's like, guys, all you have to do is like 6 simple sentences. Be like,
Yeah.
the dog ran away. That's a sentence.
Yeah, right.
The dog came home. That's
Right.
She breaks it down
Good,
to where
good,
they
Sarah.
understand, and it's 6th grade. So
Well, you're an asset to their classroom. So I know that with Lauren, she probably seems like she needs you more, even though she uses you less.
yeah,
Ironically. And we have 2 more months of school. I don't even know how that relationship would change. So we'll just have to keep our fingers crossed with that.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, let me review what we've learned.
Okay.
That's unfortunate, that
Yeah.
situation with that. So, you're still on fire. Everything you did was on point. I'm just gonna tell you, everything you did was on point. That's the Paige I know. That's the Paige I miss in my class on a daily basis. God, I'm so serious on that. Okay, but the only thing was with this particular student, Maci, it's just 2 strategies I think will help her, and that SQ.
3 R's.
Yeah, and then the 5 W's and the 1 H. And I think that after that she'd be okay because she's a pretty sharp student.
She is.
Yeah.
She is.
All right. Well, Paige, I appreciate you for taking the
Oh,
time